the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. The front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Hey there, Veteran Nation fans. I am talking to you today because I have teamed up with a company that's dedicated to supporting veterans. What they do is they help you gather all the medical evidence that you're going to need to submit a VA disability claim. Now, it's all that is designed to help you get the benefits that you have earned. Right now, more than 17 million veterans don't have their full benefits. And if that sounds something familiar, either for yourself or a family member, now is the time to act. With this company, what they offer is free consultations with the medical team so they can figure out how they can best help you. And what they provide is board-certified doctors with experience working with the VA, comprehensive medical documentation for both physical and mental conditions, and the services that they provide include nexus letters, telehealth evaluations, DBQs, TDIU, aid and attendance, and so much more. What you're going to do is you're going to click the link that's in the description of this video and sign up for a free consultation. Make sure you do me a favor, share this, and also tag a veteran. Let's help more people get every single thing that they have earned. Hey, welcome back, Veteran Nation fans. Hope you're all doing well. Time to wake up. Yeah, Skipper's moving slow this morning. I had a bout of insomnia last night. I have PTSD, as I've talked about, and the most common symptom of PTSD is insomnia. It hit me. It does from time to time. I don't get it bad anymore, but it does have me dragging just a little bit this morning, just a little bit, but that's okay. I have stuff prepared for you. We're going to have a good day. We're just going to have a lot of fun here. And I see a lot of you have jumped in here right off the bat. I want to go through and say hello to everybody. So good morning to Hellhound. Leedy, good morning. Good morning. I was in her stream yesterday. Then we have Anna G. Welcome. Good morning. Good to see you. Then we have Linda Early, who's here. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, who else? We got Bestie, who's in here this morning. We got Joan Walton, who's here this morning. All right, we got a nice little group in here. We're this is gonna be so much fun. Oh my God, this will be awesome. So many of us just here all together having fun, and that's what it's about. Just having fun. Oh my God. Yeah, we did have fun last night. We did have fun. Which was weird because I got off, I was playing a video game. Georgie was critiquing me, which is fine. But yeah, after we did that, it was starting to get late here. So I lay down, had no problem getting to sleep. And then my cat woke me up in the middle of the night. And yeah, that kept me awake. I do hold on here. Let me hit the refresh on this because I've got things planned this morning. I do want to say good morning to all of my haters. I got a new one out there. The stalker from yesterday, Kelly, who I'm pretty sure is Tracy. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's Tracy. It's clearly someone who we took an account away from, but the name Kelly is absolutely not the real name. No one has named that. So just another sock puppet. But oh yeah. They've been posting obsessively about me, but yet they think I'm the stalker. I did see your last one that you sent me of Gail Tracy. Gail Tracy, Gail, you're dealing with mental illness. Coming in and making sense is not going to get anywhere with them. It doesn't happen. All right, this is a 7-minute video, and I'm pretty sure it's a two-parter, and I believe I've got part 2. So let's watch this one. I have not seen this one. We're reacting fresh on this one.
All right, Exhibit.
There's plenty of space.
There you go. Fuck filming me too, all right? Go fuck yourself.
Thanks, real nice.
Get out of here.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Belligerent person parked in front of the
Belligerent.
driveway down here.
Belligerent, because I parked on a public road.
So they were yelling, "Get out of here!" And she is parked on the road. She's parked legally. I don't see what the issue is.
So that makes me belligerent.
Yes. Yeah. Me asking you to please move. Make your belligerent.
Oh, you asked me to please move?
Yes,
When
I
did you do that?
Before. Get the fuck out of here.
Here's the thing. If you live on a public road, people can park there. You might not like it. They can park in front of your house. I don't get these people who are like, no, you can't park in front of my house. You know where I used to park when I had a second car that, I didn't want I didn't want to block my driveway. I would literally park kind of in between my two neighbors, but at the end of my driveway. So the only person who was really being inconvenienced was myself. But I could have parked anywhere.
Hey, bitch, that path goes through.
It doesn't matter. It's public.
No.
You don't own the public land.
You know, I do.
No, you don't.
I have 7 acres up there in the middle.
Does it matter? It's public land. Yeah.
So now they're talking about a trail. And if the trail goes through your land, put up a fence. Put up a fence. Put up a gate.
I can park here if I want. It's a public road.
It has nothing to do with the car
street.
being parked there.
No, it's not, because it's a public road.
Got somebody parked at the end of my driveway in the street. Cars out in the street. Can't pull into the driveway.
You can pull in just fine.
Blocking the
You
road.
pull into that
I'm not
driveway.
blocking the road.
Jesus.
Rail trail, except they parked right at the end of a driveway.
It's not at the
Why
end of
do
a
people
driveway.
lie
It's
to
across the
911?
street. It's across the street.
It's to get the cops there. But nothing he said in there do I see anything that was illegal.
You're done. You're done.
You have plenty of room to get in your driveway.
Yeah, if I go by here and back into my driveway, which I really don't need to do, just because somebody's a moron that parks in front of my house. 779 and
So now the cops are there.
I haven't been rude at all. I'm not combative at all.
Do you have a license?
Why do you need my ID?
Because you're have a call where you're
Right, and am I she is, but well,
can you put her in the car?
it's a little hot in there. I'd have to turn it on to put the AC on.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, sure, I'll do that if you just give me some space. It's okay, Nellie. Hold on, sweetheart. If I'm not suspected of committing a crime, I'm not going to provide my ID.
Okay.
Which is absolutely true.
Hold on, honey, it's hot in there. One second. Hold on, sweetheart.
If you're free, you can sign this way, but that could be also.
I might have to refresh
I
this.
appreciate if you just give me your license.
Well, if I'm not
So this isn't-
suspected of a crime, I'm not going to give my license.
So you are required to give me a license if we're called to a call. Just say
That is 100% false. 100% false. If they're called to a call, it's better for them to have ID. It's probably their policy, but it's not against the law. It's not a requirement.
you know.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Only if you have
So just so you know,
articulable
just so you know, what are you
suspicion.
doing here?
I'm parked on the public road.
Okay, so if you're interfering with their parking, they can tow your car.
How am I interfering with their parking?
You're in
Look,
front of their driveway.
I'm not in front of
So
their
you're from
driveway.
Whitman, right?
I'm across the
You're from
street.
Whitman, right?
Does it matter where I'm from?
So your car's registered from Whitman.
Does it matter where I'm
So
from?
I'm just letting you know. If you don't leave, they can have a right to tow
What's your
car.
name and badge number?
I'm Officer Connors.
Connors?
Yep. You're
Hanover.
interfering
And
with
what's
their
your badge number?
19.
Okay, do you have a supervisor?
I do.
Can I have a supervisor, please?
Yep, because this cop is wrong. This cop is absolutely wrong.
Yeah, you could slide down here, actually.
I don't need to provide an ID if I'm not
I'm
suspected
not even asking for your ID anymore.
You okay?
Okay.
So what do you need from
I'm
me?
asking, are you walking the path? Is that why you're parked
No,
here?
I wasn't walking the path.
So what is your reason for being here?
Why do you need to know that?
Because I'm trying to figure out why you're parked near.
It doesn't matter why I'm parked here. It's a public road.
Yep.
So it sounds like this is an ongoing issue.
No,
The
it's
other
first of all,
neighbors-
I've never spoken to these people before today.
Okay, so were you walking your dog on the path? I'm really trying to.
It
work with
doesn't
you here.
matter. First of all, I'm sorry, but it really doesn't matter what I was doing. I'm parked on a public.
This woman is 100% correct. 100%. Hey, Larry, good morning.
Road. I'm not parked illegally. I'm across the
There's no
street from
crime
their
here.
house. I'm not parked in front of their driveway at all.
Do you have any medical issues or anything? I'm not trying
Is
to be
that?
disrespectful.
Excuse me?
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to.
I would like to speak to a supervisor because you're.
supervisor's on the way.
Okay, good.
Okay. Because where I'm coming from, you got to kind of understand if someone was parked in front of my house, or if I parked in someone's front.
He's trying to create a crime, is what he's trying to do. And this is not what cops should be doing.
On a public road.
Yep, in front of someone
No.
else's house, and they didn't feel comfortable with me being there, I would just leave.
Respectfully, but you're wrong. I can park on a public road.
I'm kind of telling you how the normal perspective would be.
But that doesn't matter what the normal perspective is, or as you see it. I'm parked on a public road. I'm not parked illegally.
Okay, but this gentleman said he couldn't get his car in his driveway.
He's lying to you.
Okay, I don't.
I'm not blocking his driveway. I haven't moved my car. This
Again,
is where
it's just kind of odd that you picked here to park out of anywhere. If
I
you're
can
telling
park
me you
where I
weren't-
like. I wasn't walking the rail trail. It doesn't matter what I was doing. I can park on a public road.
Okay, you do realize there's specific parking lots for the rail trail over there, right?
Okay, do you realize there's no signs that say no parking?
Ma'am,
It's not regulated on the
I'm
street.
just
It's a
telling you that
public
this gentleman
road.
said he couldn't get in his own driveway.
And
That's
he's
the issue.
lying. Doesn't matter what it says. What he says, he's lying, and you can clearly
Okay,
see
well,
he
it's your
has
word
plenty of
against his
room.
word.
It's not my word against his word because you can see it for your own
I
eyes.
don't know
Look,
if you moved since I got here.
I haven't.
This is just a bigger situation that you're really trying to make it out.
I'm not making it anything. He called the cops because I'm parked on a public road, and I can't believe you're siding with him.
Okay. You don't understand that it's a little weird that you're just parked in front of.
You don't understand it's a little weird to tell someone they can't park on a public road?
Again, all I'm saying is that.
Am
if
I
you're
legally
parking-
parked?
If you're parking and you're obstructing the way of his
Am I?
driveway, then
How am I obstructing his driveway? You can see it for
he's
yourself.
telling me that he couldn't get in his driveway.
He's lying to you, and it doesn't matter. You can see that he can get in and out of his driveway. I would like a supervisor, please. Thank you.
It's just you and your dog, right?
Hello. Are you the supervisor?
I am not. No.
Okay.
Mary, what's your dog's name? Nothing?
No.
Okay. Mary, I'm really just trying to understand why my supervisor's on the way, but
Good.
your reason for not wanting to move your car. It's kind of
That's
a
not
simple
the point.
request. This is the supervisor, by the way.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Can I have your name and badge number,
Yeah,
please?
Officer Pollock, 31.
Okay.
Yep,
They're mad because I'm parked in a legal space on a public road and I'm not blocking their driveway.
okay. Was she just here
It's
at this spot?
From when I got here, he said he couldn't get this. You're told
Yeah.
about parking lot.
All right.
So
Yep.
you're free to go, Mary.
Yeah. So you're all
So first of all, you don't know my name's Mary.
Okay.
You just ran my plate, which you don't even know if this is my car.
Okay, that's fine.
And what am I doing wrong? What am I doing
We're
that's
just telling you you
illegal?
can leave.
Well, at this point, you're free to go.
Well, can you please explain to them that I'm not doing anything illegal and they
We're gonna
can't
talk to them.
they can't control who parks on a public road?
We're going to talk to them.
Okay.
Yep. So we're just letting you know, too, about the other parking areas.
I understand there's more parking areas, but I also understand this is a public road and there's
So yeah, she's 100% right. 100% right.
plenty of space.
And this is part 2. This dude needs complaints on him. This is harassment. This is harassment. If I'm sorry, I didn't realize I didn't realize it went off. There we go. Here, I'll rewind it so you guys can see. I might need to refresh. This one seems a little bit different. Here, let me refresh it. This happens. There we go. Now let me share it back to you guys. I really hate when there are cops that do this. Like, there's no crime here.
I can.
Just
Why are you
butthurt
trying to-
neighbors.
Does it matter why? Because it's a public road.
Okay.
Now we got 3 cop cars because I parked legally on a public road.
Mary, this is just a bigger issue than you're making it out to be.
I'm not making it out to be anything. He's mad
These neighbors here made it out to be a big issue by calling the cops. It's perfectly legal behavior.
because someone's parked across the street from his house.
But I would be questioning
That's
why
you.
someone parked in front of my house.
And
too.
that's you.
It's just a little weird.
It's not.
Right? Don't you love how the haters say that I abuse women and I go after women, but yet most of you in here are women. And a lot of you women that are in here, I have supported various ways by, promoting your channel, sending you super chats, all that good stuff. So I thought I saw someone else was in here that I didn't say hello to. If I didn't say hello to you, just send me a wave or something and I'll say hello, good morning to you.
Weird. It's a public road.
Okay. So you're willing to just leave? This is the supervisor, by the way.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Can I have your name and badge number,
Yeah,
please?
Officer.
But I also understand this is a public road and there's no regulatory signs saying I can't park here.
Okay, Mary, you're free to
very
go.
good. You're
Go
all
ahead.
set then. All right.
So all that escalation.
And they also threatened to have my car towed for parking on a public road. And she put a sign, taped the sign to my window.
I'm going to ask you to just go.
I'm not gonna go yet. I'm gonna wait until you guys go.
If she's free to go, she's free to stay.
Until we leave?
Okay, well these people are in the wrong.
So it's a difference of opinion here. So
It's not it's opinion, it's law.
Right, Georgie? Right? Yeah, it's the exact same stuff. Hey, Greg, good morning. It's the exact same stuff. And they have a mental illness and just refuse to see the logic there.
Okay.
Yankee Bell, good morning.
Could you just get in your car and go? We're
Not
just trying
yet.
to
No.
resolve the issue.
No, I'm in public and I have a right to be here.
Yeah, she did.
Do you realize you're not being cooperative?
How am I being uncooperative?
Because the simple thing would be.
Why should I go?
Because you don't live here.
Does it
I love this girl in this video. I love this woman. I love that she's standing up. I love that she is questioning every single thing this cop is telling her. And this cop is shit.
go?
Because you don't live here.
Does it matter? It's a public road.
No, but they live here, so they're
So?
not going to leave their house.
I'm not asking them to leave their
I
house.
know, but I'm just.
Why are you asking me to do
you To
something?
just work with me.
Why
we're
do
being
I
very
need why do
respectful.
I need to work with you for someone who's mad that someone's parked on a public road?
Again, if someone was parked in front of my house, I would think it's a little odd as well. So
Why?
I'm.
Is your
I would say, okay, well then where's your address? I'll park there. I did have to laugh about that. They called Georgie a skank. And who's against women? Right? Oh man.
house on a public road?
Yeah.
So why would it be odd for someone to park on a public road
Because
completely
if
legally?
someone's parked in front of my house, it'd be odd when there's
It's
a
not
public
odd.
parking lot across the street.
It's not odd.
Okay, I'm not trying to have an argument with you. I'm just.
Yes, you are.
Clearly are.
I'm just trying to ask you if you
You're
could
trying
go.
to get me to leave when I didn't do anything.
I'm just trying to ask you if you could leave.
No, I'm not going to.
Can
What
you
he's
just
saying.
do me a favor and just leave? You could really help the situation here. Seriously,
don't need
you're,
to
You're
leave.
making this into something that is bigger. This could have been a
I'm
simple
not-
parking complaint.
Okay,
That's it.
I'm not doing anything wrong, sir.
Okay, you're just
And I
making
haven't
this
been
bigger.
disrespectful. Do they understand that they don't own the road? And people can park on the street?
Everything's all set. They're going to talk to the town about it.
Okay.
Okay?
So I can park where I like until there's signs saying I can't.
That's,
Sounds good.
yeah, that's what we're going to work on.
Oh, the woman says she's gonna have one of
All right?
So if you want to get in your car,
You're all set.
I know I'm all
Here's the thing. These people, I guarantee you they utilize their that space to park their own vehicles and whatnot. And when they have company, I guarantee you they park in the road. So putting up signs is just limiting their freedom.
set. You've said that multiple times.
Okay.
Did you get no weapon?
Can you just get in your car and go? Or,
I don't need to leave.
you're just prolonging the situation.
How am I doing anything wrong?
We could just get. We could all just clear out.
And is it illegal to stand in public?
No, but you,
Okay.
Your dog's
we've
inside
already
your
talked to
vehicle.
you about it.
You should
And the
probably comfort your
air
dog.
conditioner is
I know,
on
but
in
you should
there.
probably comfort your dog.
Yeah, we already
my
talked
dog.
to
I
you
don't want
about
to
it.
deal with
So.
Okay, so you don't
Until
need to
this
tell me
sign-
what to do.
Until this sign's here,
Yeah.
and stuff, you'll be able to park there. Right?
Thank you.
They're going to work on it. all right?
Okay. And that's as long as they know that I'm not doing anything illegal or wrong.
Yep.
Okay, they understand
They
that. So will
understand.
you do us a favor and get in your
No,
car?
I won't. I don't need to do you a
planning on
favor.
just staying here all day?
I don't need to do you a favor. I can record the police in public if I'd like.
I'm not saying you can't do that.
Okay, yes, you've repeatedly asked me to leave when I don't have to, and I told you I'm not
Because
going
there's
to.
no reason for you to be here.
You don't know what my reasons are. You can't tell me what to do.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm
Okay,
asking
so you can
I love
please
this
leave me
woman.
alone.
I love
I'm
this
not
woman.
answering any more of your questions.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Oh, I guarantee you these are real cops. I guarantee you. I've seen too many of these videos of cops acting just like that one young cop. I've seen too many. Those people were the ones openly hostile and threatening. Good on this woman. Yeah, she's going to get the body cam. And the body cam is probably going to show
Give
harassment.
them advice to contact the city because it's ongoing and hasn't stopped people parking on a public road.
This seems like it's in New England. That's the vibes I'm getting. Um, but I don't know. We'll find out.
We're gonna
Hopefully.
get out of here. Okay? You all
Do
set?
what you want.
Any other assistance from us?
I never called you. I don't want your assistance.
Okay. You have a good day.
It's me. I'll address that in a minute. I just want to get through this.
Let's go get a
Ooh,
copy
she's
of
following it
this
up. I love this.
incident
I
report.
love this woman.
I'm Chief K. I'm actually the chief.
Oh, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. Come on in.
Thank you.
I know why you're here. I'm actually
You
glad.
do.
Glad.
Have you seen the TikTok?
Oh, I have.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
I'm here on a Saturday.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, so I do appreciate you coming in because I was going to try to track you down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know that's a little bit unorthodox.
So apparently this is on TikTok. But good on this woman. Good on her for standing up for her rights, for not letting these cops bully her. And yeah, like, there we go. Yeah, for not letting them bully her into submission. She stood up for her rights, and good on her. Good on her. And she was doing such a good job by just turning it around on them and asking them questions like, why do you need to do this? Because that's the thing. That's what they weren't answering. They weren't being accountable to themselves. Um, I'm looking to see. Okay, we've got another crazy neighbor one. So, but before I get into this, I do want to address It's Me's comment. Have you researched General MacArthur's speech? Trump is much the same. Um, I don't know which speech you're referring to. General MacArthur's best speech is his speech to West Point upon his retirement. But I can tell you that General MacArthur was a piece of shit. He was a general who stayed in way too long. He should not have been a general during World War II. Uh, he, he tried to change Navy policy in World War II simply for his own ego. And he was fired because he did not follow the civilian leadership of our country. In our country, we don't have military leaders who dictate to the government. The government, our civilian government, dictates to the military. So yeah, I'm not a fan of MacArthur. Also, and I wouldn't have been a fan of MacArthur anyway, specifically because when the veterans peacefully protested for better benefits in it was what 1934, 35. um MacArthur went in with the military and cleared out peaceful protesters from public. So yeah, I don't like MacArthur at all. I don't know which exact speech you're referring to though. I will say I did listen to what Trump was doing yesterday, and it was hilarious. Trump is hilarious, but Trump is not in the military, and that's the difference. Trump is civilian leadership over our government. We voted on him. If you don't like Trump, you need to get political, organize, and work to vote against him. But that's not what the left does. The whole deep state stuff and trying to get people to work against Trump is 100% wrong. I pride myself that it didn't matter who was in. I was in the military with Bush. Um, I was in with Obama. I was in with Trump. I was in with um, Biden. It didn't matter. I followed the orders as if you know they were all the same. Even though I can tell you that Obama's Middle East policy in 2014 and 15 was like it was non-existent. We couldn't get anything from the administration to even say, okay, what's your plan? What's your ideas? And that was when the Yemen civil war kicked off, and I was in the Middle East, and it was, but we still followed orders. We still did things, and we were actually asking, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? Absolutely, Greg of Scotland. Absolutely. I would not have been surprised had they done something like that. She did it calmly and very respectfully, but firmly. You're absolutely right, Yankee Bell. And that's, I've got, heroes, Chris, with the jokes. You know what's funny is as I'm looking at all this stuff with Iran, I think Trump wants the strait to be closed because I think he wants to change our economy. And we have a lot of reserves. Canada has a lot of reserves, and Venezuela has a lot of reserves. So I think he's trying to keep. I think he's okay with the Strait of Hormuz being closed because it eventually it's going to. We're going to be told, okay, we need oil on the market. It's unsustainable, and they're going to buy from North America, and then our economy has substantially changed going forward, and the Middle East will be less important. I think that's why he just doesn't care, and is like, okay, it's much like how Russia doesn't care about the Ukraine war going on. They've changed their economy. They've went back to a wartime economy where now they're relying on everything internally in Russia. So they're not reliant on foreign partners. And so they can be like, yeah, we're just going to keep fighting. It doesn't matter. That's what we're going to do. So no, you're okay, Chris. I like the distractions. All right, we got another. This looks like another cop neighbor video. Let me put this up. All right.
Argue with. We're not going to take his mouth either. We're not going to get to that point. We're not going to get to that point.
So the caption says, bought a house, took first piece of drywall down. It said crazy lady next door. Now I know why I bought the house so cheap, but others wanted to sell as well. So this is a John Lynette situation, it appears to be.
We're not going to get to that point. We're not going to get to that point. Not one damn one of these son of a bitchin' houses.
Miss Moore.
What?
What's going on, Miss Moore?
Right away's on me, and you don't own it, you son of a bitch.
It's private. And you know it's private?
What's private?
This road is
What about it?
documented in the Burke County deed of records that all you have and all they have is ingress and egress only. Google it. I know you're standing there recording.
Ingress and egress. So that would be an easement. So, okay.
So
Yeah.
have fun.
I am.
But that don't give you a right to back up in my yard to spin it up like you and your friends and family have.
Uh-huh.
All you're allowed is ingress and egress. Read the definition.
Where do we spin up at?
Muhammad, don't play stupid with me.
Yeah. Where?
Okay. So they're saying people are backing up into their yard. This is a civil matter, but they called cops. They can call cops to make a record of it. But they'd have to show that it's being done intentionally and willful destruction.
Everywhere. There was $3,000 worth of gravel put on this road before you come here, and y'all have done nothing but spin it. This was all gravel. You know what I'm talking about.
So a short clip. The people were screaming. Normally the person who's talking the loudest is the one who is not in the right. So yeah, they're screaming. Just more of these neighbors. It's like, look, your neighbor's renovating. Just deal with it. you know, if they're tearing up your property, just go talk to them, type of thing. Not everything requires the cops. Um, sometimes a conversation can de-escalate things. Um, let's see what else I got. I got a couple videos here. Okay, so there's a fun one. Let me show the fun one, and I'll get. While this is going, I'm gonna get more coffee because this is something I'm interested in doing. And when you guys see it, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we know why Skipper wants to do that." I'm just such a big kid. I am just such a big kid. Um, and was it the advertisement I did? Because I have a sponsor now, Wise Angel. If not, that would be between you and YouTube. If you're paying for YouTube Premium, that's on them. Yeah. So when I was a kid, my uncle built n- not a potato cannon. He made it a little bit. He made a potato cannon, but bigger, so it would take tennis balls. And he made it out of 3-inch and 4-inch PVC pipe. And I forget the type of. He'd get these little rocks. It had a cap on the end. He'd put these rocks, and when you sprayed them with water, it would give off like hydrogen gas. So he'd cap it up real fast, and he had a little flint. So when he turned the flint, it would spark, ignite the gas, and shoot the tennis ball out. And his would absolutely go 75 yards, probably a little bit more. But this one's going vertical. Vertical could be dangerous, but shooting it upwards, I think, would be a lot of fun. Yes, this is a potato cannon. This 100% is. And I like the construction on it. So yeah, he's shooting. Actually, like you can see in there, it's actually rifled. I want to see it's vertical. I want to see him shooting it up and see how far it goes in. That would hurt though. I'd be very about that. Oh, look at that hole put through. Oh, with a magnum. Okay, yeah. That's gonna put a hole through shit. Now we're getting dangerous. Yeah, hollow point. People talk about hollow points like they go through. They can go through um, bulletproof vests. That's the thing about hollow points. But people act like they can go through anything. They can't. Didn't make it through the 2-liter. Still intact, and it made a bit of a shape charge. So that's pretty cool. I saw that and I was like, oh, this would be fun to make. So much fun to make. All right. Hold on. Oh wait, I showed this one before. We did show this one. Did we show this one? I don't know. Yeah, they will leave a hole. It's essentially you're creating a shape charge. That's what they do.
Until they're around 30, and then they'll jump onto a beta male, but at the same time that beta male might common trope of the manosphere is that women will fuck guys until they're around 30, and then they'll jump onto a beta male, but at the same time that beta male might judge them because they have a high body count. In my experience, the following is true. First of all, a girl can simply lie about her body count, including to herself, so there's actually no consequence whatsoever. This idea that you have a psychic ability to understand her body count is a little bit silly. You're never going to know her body count, because she has probably buried that in the back of her mind, and she does not even know her body count, nor tell you anything about it. Number two is the fact that a girl is going to want to get married by 30. Actually, society's changed. Most girls I know at this point are looking for that closer to 40. And like a crack addict, will keep going back to the sweet honeypot of a fuckboy over and over till about 43 or 44. So literally it's around 44.
What's funny is I've seen this, I live in an area where there's a military base. So there's lots of young men here, lots of young men. And I've seen this play out so much where, a lot of these women are like, oh, one will get divorced and be like, oh, I'm banging all these Marines and whatnot. And then, they encourage the other ones. And what you find is they then, after they've had their fun, they realize, oh, yeah, this wasn't fulfilling and I'm a used up woman. And no one wants a 45-year-old boss bitch. Sorry, not sorry.
Or 45 that she's scrambling for a husband, it's no longer 30, which means that the beta male not only doesn't get, like back in the day, the beta male, he had her in her 20s and 30s in those younger years. So, he'd take care of her from 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, all those years. But he had a memory of what it was like to be with her when she was younger. So it was worth it to him. Now he's going to have his girl for about 6 months before she hits menopause. And even that will probably be very upsetting for the girl, because even during that time, she could have been getting tagged by that fuckboy, but, she gave it to the new beta male. That being said, I think another thing that's true is that a lot of women simply don't even want a guy at all. And I don't think that most women even want children anymore. Like, you could be like, you're not going to get to be a mom. They don't care. You could say that's...
I think he's right that this does happen to a point, that there's women who don't want children, and they'll be like that until a point, but then they hit that age and they're like, oh, I do want kids. I do want kids. And now the options are just not there. They're just not there. And even then, I heard I was told yesterday, someone was suggesting that I had IVF to have my child. What? Me and my ex-wife, we were in our late 20s, early 30s when we had our son. No IVF. But yeah, I did hear that and I was like, what? Yeah, I do think this happens to women. I think I caught the first part of this. I'm reacting to this live. Going back to the same fuck. You know what's funny is, I've had women that I dated who broke up with me, who then want to get back with me. And I'm like, look, if you want to go with me to, like, if I'm going to go on a weekend thing and you want to go, you can go with me. We can have a good time, but this is not a relationship and it won't be a relationship. I tried a relationship with you and you didn't want it and I'm not a second choice. But, If that makes me a fuckboy to be like, oh well, yeah, you can, like, you're not gonna hang out here at my house. That's not happening. I'm not. I've got a kid here. I'm not gonna have a rotating thing of women in here. Um, but like, if I have a free weekend, I'm gonna go to San Diego, and you want to go with me, we can have some fun. That's about it. I'm not calling you out, Georgie. You're married. You're married. You unlike these other women, you were like, "No, I wanna be a mom. I wanna have kids." All these other women are like, "No, I wanna be a boss bitch." And they think that, "Oh, I'll get a man." They'll be in their 30s and be like, "I'm successful. I need to find another successful man who's making 6 figures." Guess what? That guy who's making 6 figures, he's picking up a Hooters waitress or the 19-year-old at the gas station. That's what like, he doesn't want you. He does not want you. And I had a friend of mine who argued with me. I was like, "No, guys want a girl who makes a lot of money." I'm like, "No, they don't. We're never gonna see. She's not going to share that money with us." Like, no, that's never gonna. A woman who's making 6 figures, and if she's gonna get married in her 30s and 40s, that's the woman who's gonna want a prenup because she's not gonna want to lose that money. But yeah,
Genetic suicide. Everyone before you in your bloodline has reproduced. They don't care. They go, my bloodline. Like, they don't give a shit. They don't, like, they view men talking about their bloodline as like some clown shit, and it's blocking them from having fun. And so basically every single bit of leverage that a beta
notice he said blocking them from having fun, and that's true because I've said this before, and it's showing itself to be true. A man will sacrifice his happiness for a family. A woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness.
mill has is gone. They are pretty much at a point where, like, look, to me as a man, I consider my children the extension of me that continues after I die. Men talk about things like bloodline and legacy. Women talk about things like having fun, feeling happy, and feeling fulfilled, and that's about the extent of it, right? So they're not afraid that they're not going to have, or the majority of them are not afraid they're not going to have a bloodline. They're not afraid they're not going to have a legacy. They're not afraid that their genetics aren't going to continue. As long as some fucking little beta male cuck boy is also not getting to put his genes into her, because then her genes are being replicated with the beta.
And a lot of these beta guys are guys who wear flannel. They have beards and tattoos. They're gonna do all the things to make you think it's a man, but they're not guys who are paying their bills. They're not guys who are taking care of their kids. They're the guys who are going to act tough and talk really loud, but not really be tough and do the tough things in life.
So basically at this point, most of the average guys, to get just a basic level wife, like what would have been a wife back in the 50s, is like having a Rolex watch. It's like having a fucking Lamborghini. Like, if you see a dude who, like, actually has some kids, actually has a wife, that's literally, and a family, that is no longer the norm. That is literally a luxury, like a fucking Lamborghini. As the population falls off a cliff and the beta male has no leverage.
This guy's absolutely right. Absolutely right on virtually every count. A couple things I might be like, I don't see it exactly that way, but for the most part, yeah. This next one, I definitely want to get to do it for a couple reasons. So let's watch it. And you guys who are here every day, you know why I want to watch this one. Because I've been in this scenario. 2 guys fighting. Here we go. And this is at child drop off, a father and a stepfather fight, and then shots are fired. Talk about toxic. Here's the thing. Why are you bringing a stepfather to child drop off? Especially if it's a contentious thing. All you're doing is escalating. And now the children have to watch dad and stepdad fight. That is not healthy. You guys have seen this exact same scenario happen to me. I did not want to fight. I didn't even know he was there. I was hit from behind. Had I known he was there, I would have left. Would have left. If you notice, I matched the energy of everybody in that video. Matched the energy. And I was the one who called the police. My ex, she was in on it. In on it. Yeah. And I dealt with this with a family member. There were situations where they have a significant other and it's causing some contention at the kids' stuff. And uh, I was I was like, stop bringing them. And family members did not agree with me. And I was like, this is the exact scenario I'm in. And I'm telling you, stop bringing them. Stop escalating things. And that's exactly what you're doing. If your ex-partner can't get along with your current partner and you're bringing them to the kids' stuff, your partner does not need to be at the kids' stuff. It should be about the kids. What's 100% best for the kids. Put your kids first. Put your kids first. If that means your partner, your romantic partner, doesn't get to hang out with you for an evening or an afternoon, oh, frickin' well. Stop forcing a bad situation onto your children.
That's why I backed up. I already knew there was some guns coming out.
I don't know which one the father was. And I'll tell you the stepfathers can do that. If they don't get along, stepfather, you're not the co-parent. Do not be there. And if you watch the video where I was attacked, they teamed up on me at one point. I was 2 against 1. You know what you know which parent didn't give a shit about the kid? Wasn't me. Because and we're going to get to the point where I read the temporary restraining order, and when I read it and post it, you guys are going to be like, holy shit, none of that matches the video. Skipper doesn't need to lie. I had my dash cam. You guys, $50 on Amazon, you can get a decent dash cam. Might not be the greatest in the world, but you don't need the greatest in the world. You just need to cover your ass.
Damn, he's shooting at his ass.
Okay, now on to guns. This situation does not warrant guns at this point. It does not. The threat is over. You two are no longer in a fight. So this says that a shooting does occur. Whoever does the shooting is guilty of what do I say? An illegal shoot. Looks like this guy. And why would you do that in front of the kids? Like, I am so sick and tired of these shitty parents. Men and women. I see it both. I used to see it with the Marines all the time. Shitty parents fighting each other. And this is the problem that I've dealt with parental alienation. Do you know how many events of my child's I've had to leave because I didn't want there to be an escalation? I talked to my son well before the fight. I was like, "Look, if these things happen, I'm going to leave because I don't want there to be a bad situation that you have to deal with. I'll just leave." And that's okay. It sucks. It really does suck. My child has told his mom, "I want dad there. I don't want this guy there." He has told his mom that. She told the court, "Can you tell him to stop saying that?" And the judge was like, "Ma'am, he has a right to say that. And if your son doesn't want your boyfriend there, you should probably listen to your son." You That's exactly what the judge told her. She wanted the judge to keep him away. I'm the one who's been harassed. I'm the one who was attacked. But I've been dealing with parental alienation uh ever since, well, actually before she even filed. She was trying to use the Marine Corps to alienate me from my son. Big reason I got out. Not the ultimate. It wasn't the deciding factor. There was a bunch of them, but that was a big reason. Exactly. Exactly. That's when I went into therapy back in 2016. I said the one thing I want to do is be the best dad I can for my son. And that made everything else easy. I didn't fight when they were like, "Hey, we want to put you on medication." Okay, let's try the medication. When the medications didn't work, okay, we want to try this therapy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Um, he is taller than me. It's not 6 inches. I don't know how much taller, but he is bigger than me. Um, but yeah, like he's a colonel. He's a colonel, and I don't know why he couldn't fight. I learned how to fight. I learned how to fight with my brothers, but then the Marine Corps kind of refined those skills. But the thing is, I never want to fight. I never wanted to fight. His mom wanted to fight. This situation, this is bad. I just talked about beta males. These are two beta males right here. One of them needs to walk away. The fact that one of them's got a gun, potentially putting the kids in danger. No one.
He can shoot him now that he got his kid over there. He can shoot him and not even ask no question. There they go.
Yeah, why would you want to do that to your kids? I don't get that. I just don't understand that. That's why I did not understand about my ex. Why would you want to put our child in that situation? It's selfishness, is what it is. Yeah, he came up behind me. I didn't even know he was there. I had no clue he was there. Yep, no clue. Oh, I didn't think you were blaming me, Smoking Joe. Didn't think you were. And here's the thing: the court looked at it and said I was legally fine. Legally fine. Here's the thing. Here's the problem I have. They wouldn't prosecute him because, see, he's an MP and he's in charge of the MPs on the base. So he's got connections with law enforcement out in town. So the prosecutor wouldn't do anything. That is sad. Justice is supposed to be blind. All I did, Wise Angel, I called my therapist. I talked everything through with my therapist. And what's funny, so here's one thing I don't think I've ever talked about. I've talked about my lawyer. My lawyer is this very short little Greek woman, very smart. She went to Harvard. She was in the Greek military years ago, and so like her and I get along very well, and we talk about things. And so I'd sent her the video, and she called me, Mr. Arthur. She's like, My office and me, we put that video up on the big screen and we watched it at least 30 times. She's like, wow, you got him good twice. I was like, well, I wasn't trying for that. I was not trying for that. Um, it's just, you hit somebody, you're gonna you're gonna give them that tunnel vision. And it's gonna be fight or flight. Scream therapy works. I mean, I would imagine it would. I would imagine it. Um, but yeah, our haters. One of the one who I called out as a stalker still is messaging on my page. Clearly, it's an Australian. I think it's Tracy. That's what these people, when they lose their Facebook account, they come back with a new one. It doesn't bother me. They can keep losing accounts. No sweat off me. But yeah, she made 3 posts about me, but yet I'm the one obsessed. She made 3 posts about me. I was up in the middle of the night with my insomnia, and I checked Facebook, and she was commenting on my page still. You notice I'm not like everyone was mad that I joined the group. They still haven't figured out why I joined the group with the Veteran Nation account. I joined the group because they put one dude put up a April Fool's post, and everybody was like, no, don't let Skipper in. And I was like, oh, I can join. And I joined. I've got no, like, I've already talked to John about me being in there. I'm like, look, dude, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm suspended. He was like, well, you can post with that account. I was like, well, I really don't want to. And they were like, oh, he just came in here to report stuff. I could report things without joining. I could report things without joining. These people, they get very worked up on Facebook, and they have zero understanding of how Facebook works at all. Um, there is some of that. There is some of that. Like if you so I'm not the tallest person in the world. I'm also not the shortest. I'm pretty average. I'm 5'8". Like I'm closer to I'm like halfway between 5'8". Like sometimes people they would measure me 5'9", but just to be safe, I always just say I'm 5'8", which is American average. 5'8" is average for the US. And I've got no problem with my height. I'm perfectly fine with it. Um, you but you do see some shorter people with anger issues. Um, w- the thing is, like the ones who are very quick to go hands on. I did see another video. I should have saved it. Uh, the people who are quick to go hands on are normally the one they're trying to intimidate because if it does come to swinging, they're not going to be able to stand up to it. Oh, I've made it very clear. Yeah, my Veteran Nation account, like that's for the show. That is literally for the show and for when we had the foundation. Um, I have an alt that no one knows about? I never comment with it. Never comment with it. Because once you comment with it, then people will start to figure out who you are. That's where they're stupid. They start all these alt accounts and they just immediately start talking with them. Yeah, Facebook is stupid drama. Wise Angel, stupid drama. That's why I don't care. If they take my Facebook accounts, doesn't bother me one bit. No, you're not my married girlfriend. According to them, you're my skank. Oh my god. Meditate can really calm you down. That is how I tried guided meditation. That is how I found that I get calmed by spray paint art videos. If I get upset, I'll just turn on a video of some artist on the street spray painting something, and it just brings me down. Just like all engages all my senses. I get the what do they call the body tingles? I get those with them, and it just calms me so much. Um, Guided meditation doesn't. It gets me close. But I started looking up guided meditation videos on YouTube many years ago, and once I had some of those, and guided meditation does put you into this space, and then it switched to one of these spray paint art videos and just the sounds and everything. And I didn't realize right away that I was out of the guided meditation video. And when I opened my eyes, I was like, oh, this is spray paint art. And I started watching it, and I was like, the sounds are good and they're doing things for me. And that's where I just started. I was like, oh, this is working. Carpet cleaning. Oh, I could see. Yeah. See, and this is how I say, like, if you have mental health things and you need to calm down, try things. That's my biggest problem with so many veterans who, have PTSD. They immediately want to go to weed. And the problem with weed can do great things for you, but you do have to realize it's substance. You are doing self-medication. You like the drugs only attack the symptoms, not the cause. Even when you have a therapist giving you prescriptions, you're only attacking the symptoms, you're not attacking the cause. You have to go after the cause. You do have to address the trauma, the issues that are there. But there's some people that are like, no, I don't do that. I take weed and I feel better. Or I play video games and I feel better. Yeah, it'll make you feel better, but you're not addressing the issues. And really what's happening is because you're not addressing those issues, you're going to have it's just you're kind of becoming a ticking time bomb. You're still going to have the insomnia, you're still going to have the nightmares. Those things are going to build up, and then one day you're it's going to release, and it's probably going to do it when you least want it to, in front of people that you do not want you to lose your cool in front of. And yeah, it'll just be a bad situation all around. And why would you want that for your family? You know, it's it, you know, it's a hard thing. I did see Jemba started following me on Rumble. Thank you, thank you. Um, but yeah, like you got to address those issues. Weed can help. It can absolutely help. Get you. For me, I've used it, but it's a break glass in case of emergency situation because I can't do it day to day. It makes me too paranoid. So yeah, I can't do it for my day to day stuff. Some people can, not for me. And if I do use it, like I'm doing it under a doctor's care. Mr. G hates it when I hyperfixate on decluttering the house. Actually, that's a very healthy way to deal with trauma. Now, staying busy, people are like, oh, I just stay busy. Yeah, staying busy. People who have suffered trauma are the ones who they will do things to be busy because it gets your minds off it, makes you feel normal. Cleaning can help you can help you clean your space. And what it really helps with is stopping depression. That's what cleaning your space can do. So yeah, it can be a very good thing. But again, still address your traumas. And like I said, I did it for the right reasons. I was like, I want my son to I want him to be proud that I am his dad. And it's funny because like when my family we were talking the one time and uh they were like, what was the last time your dad spanked you? And he was like, never. And it's true. I've never had to raise my hand to my son. He was like, no, never. And they're like, do you think he would? And he was like, no. He was like, and my family, they know, like, I have a temper. I can be pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, but then there's finally a line. And they're like, my brother will say, your dad he goes, he gets mad and he'll give you a look. And he goes, I know. Because growing up with him, I saw that look many times. And he's like, I know once he gives me that look, I'm backing off and we're done. If not, if I push him anymore, he's like, your dad is, he goes, it's going to get physical and it's not going to stop. And yeah, I am that way. Like you keep pushing me. Eventually I will get to my thing, but it takes a lot to get me there. And even my brother acknowledged it. And my son was like, I've never seen my dad angry. And we've had this conversations. I've dealt with things, and I'll look at Tom. I'll be laughing about it. I'll look at Thomas. I'll be like, "You're so lucky I'm your dad." Other adults would lose their shit over this, and I'm just like laughing about it. You throw away his socks and underwear with holes. Well, I mean, as long as you're buying him new stuff, when I start cleaning, my husband wants to know what's wrong. That's actually a very healthy way. That's why I say take those bad emotions, channel them into things that are good. You will thank yourself. That's why I think my PTSD is absolutely a blessing, because I've been able to channel it into this where I have helped people. I've definitely helped people with this show. Uh, my grandson is missing 30 days of his medical records from Paris Island. He needs them for a surgery. We have called and just pushed to get someone else than that person. Is he okay? Couple questions, Diana. One, is he a veteran? Is he still in the military? And I'm trying to think. Well, those are the two big questions I need right now. So let me know about that. Too heavy on the knockers. I also understand that yeah, my PTSD causes me to chase women with more red flags than a Chinese parade. Well, I'm the same way, Georgie. I get my use out of stuff. My so I've got clothes, like it starts as everyday clothes, and then it turns into like this one, which is like the clothes that I'll wear also to bed. Okay. And then when it gets too wore out for that, then it becomes, oh, if I'm going to be doing something out in the yard, or I'm going to be working on something, it becomes okay, my clothes that I don't care if I get paint or grease or anything like that on. That's what it becomes. Yeah, yeah, there can be a crash and burn. He was hurt during basic. They said depending on the outcome if he can return. So is he out? Uh, Because if he's out, he's got a DD-214, and that will determine how I can advise you if he's no longer in. And here's the thing: if he's no longer at basic training and he's back home with a DD-214, he is a veteran. He is a veteran. There are veterans who'll argue and say he's not a veteran. He didn't finish basic. If it's medical, yes, he's a veteran. And rates veteran um, veteran stuff. A general under honorable conditions discharge rates everything through the VA. And here's the other thing: if he decides not to come in and he wants to get that upgraded to honorable, he can absolutely work towards that. And if people who have a discharge that they want upgraded, I've told them absolutely file for that appeal that discharge, because the VA will upgrade it. Okay, he's back home. Okay, so what you want to do is you don't contact Paris Island. They won't have any of the medical records. You want him to sign up for um what is it? ID me, and then I once he has an ID me account, he can go into the Department of VA and he can request his medical records himself right through there, and they'll do it electronically. And if there's anything missing, you want to then talk to so ID me, go to the VA website, va.gov, request the medical records. You'll get them digitally, you'll get them very quickly. Once you have them digitally, check to see if they're in there, because they might not be sending them to the doctor like in full. So just get them yourself. If they're not in there, then what you want to do is talk to a VSO, because they're somewhere. They are somewhere. They've probably just been misfiled or something like that. And that VSO can help you. Yeah, yeah, you're talking about crash, and you kind of went through some mania, Georgie, and then you crashed. Like, which, as we've talked, that's very common. People will be like, "That's manic depressive." Okay, yeah, you get some mania and then you get slight depression, but it's not manic depressive because, like, when manic depressive people get mania, it's they're doing everything and then they crash. Like, they'll be manic for weeks and then crash for weeks. And when they crash, they're not doing anything. They're laying in bed. They're not eating. They're not doing a damn thing. Um, so yeah, it's if you get motivated for an afternoon and then crash for a day, that's not manic depressive. It's not. Um, yeah, no, not a problem, Diana. And I've got the number and the email down below, so you can reach out to me if you guys need help with that stuff. Happy to help. But that is the process. Have him sign up for ID Me. Once he's signed up for ID Me, then go into it's ID.me. Like, literally, that's the website. And then you can use that. You log into the VA, you request your medical records, you'll get them digitally. Uh, and then if they're not there, talk to a VSO. How hard is it to find an ex-military person, retired Air Force? Um, every service has it a little bit different, Jemba. I can tell you the Marine Corps does have what we call the worldwide locator. So if someone gives me a Marine's name, I can look up every Marine who's had that name. Now, does that mean I'm going to be able to pick them out? No. If it's John Smith, there's going to be a million of them. Um, I'm going to need to know their rank and possibly some other stuff. But that'll give you that gives you a stepping stone. And it'll tell you for some of the people, and like it gives you contact phone numbers and emails, so you can get that. Um, so like I could do that with a Marine. As far as the Air Force, I would talk with someone else who's in the Air Force or retired Air Force. I think they do have a way. The other thing you can do is, you know, one thing that people don't use a lot that they should is private investigators, especially if you're just doing something simple. Like, I'm just trying to find somebody and get contact information from private investigators. They're very good, very good. Therapy helped me recognize that people call me lazy, but I'm far from lazy. Just lose interest in being productive. 100% get that. I have that too. That's I have, as part of my PTSD, I have generalized depressive disorder. Uh, so yeah, and now I'm to a point where I do recognize when depression is coming on, and I'll I'll force myself to do things that I know will stave off the depression. I will force myself to do it because I don't want to be depressed, and it's not fun being depressed. Um, what else you guys got? Any more questions on stuff? Especially stuff with veterans. I love talking, and I love when veterans who have knowledge, like, there are some veterans who will be like, "You're fucking wrong." Okay, okay, fine. But those who are like, "Hey, I think you're wrong about this," or "I know that you said this, but this has changed." I love it when people bring those to me. I may be undiagnosed ADHD. Um, True, but I think that diagnosis is thrown around a lot. Like, there are people in my life who say they have ADHD, and if they do, it's very light. Like, there's a lot of people with generalized depressive disorder who blame it on ADHD. I'll say that. But that's why go to therapy, deal with your traumas. I've cut back my therapy here recently because things are going so well. He wants to reenlist after surgery, said if the Marines won't take him back, he'll try the Army. They will take anyone. um, I mean, the Army, especially right now, they are trying to hit their recruiting goals. So, Marine boot camp is not easy. It is 13 weeks and it's rough. And then I went back to boot camp because officer candidate school is 10 weeks of the same damn shit. And officer candidate school is less mentally tough than boot camp because they're not at OCS, they're not training you, they're evaluating you. So it's less mentally tough, more physically tough. And I've told people and I just had a Marine who they sent to me, applied for a commissioning program, asked me what I thought, and I was like, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not running 3 minutes below below 23 minutes, and really you should be below 22 minutes, if you're not running that fast, you're going to struggle. You could still pass, but you're going to struggle. I had a lot of prior enlisted um, that uh, I went to OCS with who struggled. Sorry, sending a text. And you know, all of us who could run fast, and I could run fast then. I put up at OCS, I ran 3 miles in 19 minutes. That's flying. That's like less than that's running a mile, a pace of 6 minutes, of below 6 minutes 30 seconds. That's fast. Uh, I never did 18 minutes, which is perfect. I got close. That was so the Marine Corps PFT, you get through there's 3 events, maximum score on each event is 100, perfect score on all of them 300. On the run, I got close. I that was the closest I got was a 95, but I could always get a score of 90 on the run. You did crunches, you still do crunches, but I would always max out the crunches. So I was going into the pull-ups with 190, and I could do 17 pull-ups for a while. I could always do 15 pull-ups. Like when I got in the Marine Corps and I came in the Marine Corps doing 10. So when I started really working on my pull-ups, I got up to 15. And when I was training for OCS, I got up to 17. So that was not just a first class PFT, that was a high first class. Um, Anything over 275, you're considered at peak level. And that's what I was doing before I went to OCS. He loved boot camp. I think it was his dream to become Marine. Yeah, boot camp is mentally, if you can get through the mental stuff, he'll be fine. Boot camp is mental. Mental, they'll get you in physical shape. If you aren't in the mental shape, that's where, yeah. And see, since he's already been there, if he goes back, he's kind of got a leg up because he knows a lot of the stuff. He kind of knows what to expect. The only thing that sucks is you got to go through it from day one. It's 13 weeks, and you're like, oh, this shit again. I remember we got to our halfway point of training, and we're like all feeling good, and we're like, all right, halfway point of training. And then our senior drill instructor comes up. He goes, hey, congratulations, all of you. You're now second phase recruits. You're halfway done with the training. And had you joined the Air Force, you would be graduating today. And we were all like, damn it, should have done Air Force. That's one thing. If you can pass a Marine Corps PFT, you can pass a Marine Corps PFT. I'm trying to think it's 150 points is what you need to pass. Just pass, bare minimum. If you can do that, you can go to SEAL training. The Marine Corps PFT is, or at least it was the requirement to go to SEAL training. Sorry, sending more texts. Discord message. You guys got me checking Discord during the show. I got to open it up. It's opening. Hold on. Let's see. I don't see it. I don't see Discord message. Oh, it was just for Georgie? Oh, I'm sorry. I saw where it says fits you and Skipper, and I thought you were saying it's for you and Skipper. Sorry, that's my bad. My favorite pastor and his best friend were both Marines. He walked me down the aisle. Nice, nice. It's funny because my one buddy, he's like my work husband. He came up with a thing. We were joking. We're non-ambiguous heterosexual life partners, I think was the term he used, because we just hang out at work all day long, which is funny because like people will come in and ask us questions, and we're both, well, he's a retired staff sergeant. I was a captain. The two of us combined have over 40 years experience in the Marine Corps. So these Marines will come to us and ask a question, and then we're like, oh, it's this, and then we're like talking about it and stuff. It's funny. I'm going to have to end the show here lately. I got someone coming by the house. Any other quick questions before I get going? I see all you guys. I got people on Facebook, on Rumble, on YouTube. Let's see. People watching us on X. Let's pull up X. Yeah, we got people watching on X. Thank you. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. skies cooling on with a silk so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Hey there, Veteran Nation fans. I am talking to you today because I have teamed up with a company that's dedicated to supporting veterans. What they do is they help you gather all the medical evidence that you're going to need to submit a VA disability claim. Now, it's all that is designed to help you get the benefits that you have earned. Right now, more than 17 million veterans don't have their full benefits. And if that sounds something familiar, either for yourself or a family member, now is the time to act. With this company, what they offer is free consultations with the medical team so they can figure out how they can best help you. And what they provide is board-certified doctors with experience working with the VA, comprehensive medical documentation for both physical and mental conditions, and the services that they provide include nexus letters, telehealth evaluations, DBQs, TDIU, aid and attendance, and so much more. What you're going to do is you're going to click the link that's in the description of this video and sign up for a free consultation. Make sure you do me a favor, share this, and also tag a veteran. Let's help more people get every single thing that they have earned.